9, clock 9. You cannot take my children. You cannot.
You see, one of the worst things that can happen to a woman, a parent or parents, is to carry a child, give birth to that child, nurture that child, only for you. Just in a twinkle of an eye, the social workers will come and pick your child. And the worst part of it is when they take this child or children, you don't even know when they're going to release that child or children to you. And we're beginning to see those things. It's beginning to be very common. Before, I used to think that these are the things people are very much aware of. Because when you hear they took somebody's child, I think the next thing is to ask why. So it's common that I thought that a lot of people are aware. But apparently there are people also that are just ignorant, about this whole situation. So yeah, we can't just conclude that everybody knows. So today, I want to give you the very common reasons why the social take people's children from their parents. Just in case you don't know, these social workers their job is to take care of or defend or protect the rights of their citizens, the women, the men, most especially. Yeah. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just in case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Uche. I am a Nigerian, but I'm currently living in Spain with my family. So yeah, let's go right into the topic. Please, if you like this video, don't fail to like. The first reason I think, or I know, that's a very popular one, why the social children, especially from Africans, is the disciplinary factor. See, the truth of the matter is most of us living in Europe, I don't know for America or the UK, but I know that most of us living in Europe currently, most of us were raised in Africa. So the way we discipline the cultural differences, the way we were disciplined, is different from the way this Western people discipline their children. I've said it before, when it comes to parenting is parenting on the go. We learn every day, we learn and unlearn, certain things. The way we were brought up, there are some of those things we feel that are good, that has helped us, that we want to, imbibe in our children. Let me give you an example. I deviate. Okay, the other day we were praying. So my son, one of my boys, he just left his eyes wide open like that. So I was praying, all of a sudden my eyes opened. I saw him just looking up like this. Our eyes, I came in contact with my eyes. I did like this. Immediately I did, he closed his eyes. So after the prayer, it now recalled to me the way our parents used to, give us sign when, especially when there is visitor. For example, a visitor comes in and the visitor is giving maybe something to eat, and you're there doing long throats, and the visitor will come and tell you, baby, come and take. The moment you look at your mother like this, this eye language will tell you that if you ever take that thing, let that visitor go. So when I was telling my son that I didn't know that subconsciously, I'm beginning to do those things my mother used to do when we were growing up, because I didn't know that my son would get the hint. Do you understand? So after the prayer, we were just talking about it and laughing. I said I didn't know that subconsciously I'm beginning to behave like my mother, my African mother. Okay, we laughed over it. So that's what it is. The way we were brought up, that's the way we are trying to bring our children up. Do you understand? So the disciplinary factor, the Spanish or the whites, they listen, they don't judge. Hello. Hardly use harsh disciplinary. Just sometimes you see their child, you as an African, you see their child misbehave, and you see them calling their child shift, benaki, cariño, and you're like, everything is about balance factor. We have learned to, balance it, not to be physical with the children, to balance it between the cariñoso aspect of it and being strict on our children. And one thing I've noticed now from experience as a teacher, now I've noticed that the more you teach children, you become very familiar with them. You open up to them subconsciously. So I feel that these teachers, when they come to school, they open up to the children. They make the children come down to their level. So if they come down to their level, they are free to tell the teachers anything. Do you understand? So when you discipline them the way you know how best to discipline, then when they come to school, the teachers always ask them questions. That's the fact. Just in case you don't know, they ask them questions, they interact with them. You know, children, the Bible said foolishness abounds in the heart of a child. The child will just say it and will not know the consequences. You know, if you're somebody that, maybe you flog your child to punish your child, something like that, the child will go to school, tell the teacher, they will interpret it as, maltreatment. Then they will open up and tell the teachers. They will do it once, they do it twice, they do it 3 times. Next thing, these teachers, because it's the teachers that will call social on the parents. The next thing they will call the parents sometimes is to ask you questions, sometimes is to, find out what exactly that is. If you're lucky, they call you and give you warning, then you know how to adjust. If you're not lucky, as long as, because they believe that a child cannot lie. If there is a crime case here, they might leave the adult and ask the child, because they believe children, they don't lie. So as soon as that child, my father or my mother beats me, he doesn't give me food, once, twice, 3 times, the teachers will call the social on you, and that's it. That is it. Just because of this, that is it. They will come and take your children. So we have to be careful. Everything is about God, and just try to create balance. Okay, now the second one is negligence. This one is very important. Like I said, when they come to school, when these children come to school, the teachers call them, they look at them, they observe them, like they ask you to bring food, the food you bring, the way you present it, they check all these things. Oh yes. So you have to be careful. For example, there was a time, children, of course, if you've been following me, I have 4 boys. Okay, so there was this, my son, he likes football, as a child. You know how you buy a new shoe for a child? In less than 4 months, they have destroyed one of my boys that I have such experience with. You buy a shoe for him, he will go to school and play. In less than 3 months, this shoe would tear up and down. One day he came back and said, my teacher said that this shoe is torn. My shoe is torn. He looked at my shoe and me, I took it immediately. I didn't try to, I threw it away, this shoe, because I don't want. If you know me, my present logo is, I need peace. I don't want trouble. Like the stress, like you go to work, you have your work 8 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours. You have to keep your home, because you can't say you're working, because you're working, your home will not be kept. Do you understand? You have to keep your home. You have to take care of your children. You have your family, your parents and all that. So anything, in fact, that will add to my stress, I shake it off. That's anyone that is within my power. So for me, because I am aware of some of the things, some of the things you might not think, because I know back then in Africa, some children, if you see the way they come to school sometimes, it could be that their parents are lazy, or maybe their parents are workaholics. So maybe they left the children for the housemaid. But nobody will come and say, because of that, do you understand, they are taking your child away from you. I don't know about Nigeria currently, but then it's not the problem of the teachers per se. The only thing, maybe if they are giving an award, they can give the neatest student and all that. Maybe from there, the child can take note, or they can punish the child for being dirty. Do you understand? The child will now go home and tell the parents, they'll sit up. But to collect the child in Africa, then when school, it never happened. I saw it, I never heard it until I left Nigeria. I don't know about now. But here, if your child is they don't take care of, the child very well. Like I said, I don't know whether I concluded my story. So my son came back and said, my teacher said that my shoe is torn. I say, shoe that I bought, it wasn't even up to 3 months I bought that shoe at that time. Meanwhile, it's a shoe I bought that when he finished, his younger brother will use. In less than 3 months, this boy kaputs this shoe. So when he said, the teacher said, this is the way I took the shoe to the basura, to the trash. I didn't want problem. I don't want problem. I cannot come and kill myself with stress. So anything, anytime they call you and tell you, your child comes to school late once, twice, they will start looking into that child. So anytime they come, the teacher will tell you, this one, your child, don't allow them to repeat it again, because all these flimsy things you might think maybe is Nigeria or the teacher, and so they talk. No, not be so they talk. Oh. They will start looking into your children. So if you just don't want to get into these things with them, just anything they tell you, take note of it and just leave them. Let them carry their wahala. Let them carry their wahala and go. The third one is just similar like the second one, negligence. Okay, I don't know about I hear in like some places like the UK, people work a shift. They go in the morning, they go in the afternoon. But here, I would say we don't have the leisure. It's not even leisure, because is it really a good thing? I wanted to say we don't have the leisure of working all those shifts, but it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, I don't know. But the thing is, in Spain, basically, we do just that's our job. If you're doing anyone outside your basic job, it's not it's usually not part of your earnings, more or less. I don't know if you're getting me. So the negligence I'm talking about is, okay, for us in Spain, we do that. Just that's our main work. Do you understand? We don't go about doing morning, then coming back and doing night shift just immediately. Do you get what I'm saying? So here, for me, it's not even about social. When I was looking for a job, my husband at that time, if my husband was doing afternoon shift at that time, so I started looking for morning shift. So at some point, the letter changed him to morning. So all the people I gave my CV, I told them that please, I don't want that morning again. I want, afternoon shift, because I always want one of us to be at home all the time. It's not even necessarily about the social. Some of them abuse me. You're not even serious self. You've not gotten a job, and you're even choosing morning and afternoon. But yeah, that is their opinion. My own is everything has priority. Do you understand? So for me, my children, they are my priority. So for people living in Europe, just to avoid unnecessary stress, I know it's not easy, because a lot of people will prefer morning, so that by the time their kids are coming back, they are coming back with them. So you find out that husband and wife are doing morning shift, husband and wife doing night shift, husband and wife doing afternoon shift, and they leave the children alone. So sometimes it might be a neighbor that will report. Sometimes it could be through discussion, like I told you. Discussion in school. The teachers will ask the children, who is going to be with you at home and all that. They'll say, nobody. Then your father, he'll be going to work. And your mother, she'll be going to work. And the children are 10 and below. How? So by the time they'll tell them all these things, they will start looking into those things. The reason they would say is that you leave these children unattended. And the worst part is that, unfortunately for you, if something happens and the police now comes to your house or they start investigating, it happens that nobody was with the children when such incident happened and they are below 10. Automatically, you've lost those children. So let us be careful. Some of these things are not things we plan, but yeah, let us try. If you don't have money was here before we came, it will be here as we are going. So it's good that we plan ourselves. It takes understanding, between husband and wife. I know, but let us try, weigh our gains and our loss, when choosing our career. But not the least, like I said, there will be a lot of reasons why they take children from parents. But these are the ones I know that are very common. The last but not the least, if you're under the social benefit, let me put it like that. If you're under the social benefit, there are certain things they expect you as a mother to be doing. They are giving you money. In fact, the basic thing is that he that blows the whatever dictates the, you get what I'm saying? So when you depend on the social benefit, like they are the ones giving you money to take care of the children. So they are the ones that will be giving you directives, basically on how to live your life, on how to take care of the children. I remember the time I wasn't working. So that time, it was my children used to, I think they eat in school either once or twice in a week, free. Because if you're working, they will take money from you. Then if you're not working, either they'll give you 50% off or you'll be getting free of charge. So because they are giving me this, that my children eat in school at that time twice. So those periods, because they are giving me that benefit, they just assume that I'm idle. Do you get? Because I'm not working, they assume that I'm idle. These people will come one day, by so time, they will call you. You will come and help with the school, this thing. The children are doing this, you have to come. The children are going for excursion, you have to trek with them. Meanwhile, maybe you have a toddler at home and the weather is cold. But because you are under the social benefit anyhow, whether they are giving you Caritas food or whether, as long as you're under them, there is a financial help. That is the way they will expect you, because they are giving you money. They are paying you salary, so you have to work for it. That's why sometimes I ask people, why, because there was a period a huge number of people relocated to Germany, and I asked them, why are you people, few people that I asked, why do you people as in feel the need to relocate to these countries that are not also English speaking country? They say, and Spain doesn't pay enough money for social. They know they pay children better money. Like, it gets me, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I was expecting to hear that maybe that country, that country have opportunities, or that living there is better, or do you understand? But the main reason I kept hearing, why they wanted to relocate was the social money, the social whatever they pay children here is very little compared to this country. I'm like, I feel like, so if you're making your own money, the pressure of them looking into your matter is less. That is the truth. Like, now they know I'm working. They cannot come. If they want to ask me, will you be, the question will you be available to come by so time? Like, they want to give you the result of your children. They will ask you which of you will be available at this time, because they know one is working in the morning and another is working in the afternoon. Do you understand? So they will ask you which of you will be available so time, or which time will be for you to come. But when they know you're not working and you are depending on them, there won't be any need for negotiation. You will come by this time. We need you by this time. So when you're dependent on them, they dictate basically how they expect you to live your life from the little experience that I have. So you're more relieved from their grip if you're doing your own job. You're responsible for yourself and your children. Like, I heard some people under the social benefit, because they are paying you, you can't travel with your children without their consent. For me, that is not life. For me. Except maybe the person is physically challenged. The person cannot do anything and they are helping. I don't know if you're getting me, yeah. But if you're a full-fledged person, you have your hands, your legs, depending on government solely for the upkeep of your children, personally, I don't think it's life, because they're pinpointing. It's good that they help. It's a good thing. Do you understand? But if you can, as much as you can, to get out of their grip and get yourself independent, so that you will take sole responsibility of your children. If you do all these things, if you avoid some of these things I have said and keep them with God, I'm not sure that there will be anything like interference in the lives of your children. I know that we are here to, to hustle more or less, to make a living, to find green pastures. But at the same time, if at the end of the day, children are taken, then what's the essence of, all this our hard work? So as much as we are doing all these things, let us pay attention, so that nobody will come and, how do they say it in my language? Kwaka, tiero kokake. Like, give birth to a child. At the end of the day, another person is raising your child in an environment that you don't, know, or it's not nice. It's not nice. So let us take note of it. And in case you don't have any clue what's going on, I know people in Africa, you don't experience this kind of thing. These are some of the things we battle here. When you hear stress, these are some of the things. As much as you're working hard, you try to avoid, to be law-abiding citizen, not to enter into wahala of the government. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned one or two things from this video. I'll see you in my very next one. Bye.